Clinic Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Hello. Welcome to the Thursday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Yeah, Kevin!
Yeah, good to be here. Yep, glad to have y'all with us. Love seeing y'all. Hello.
I love seeing y'all too, and I see you guys a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, too much, but I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday we had quite the revelation that had happened as Virginia's husband, Panda, joined us to talk about the namesake for their son, Rocco.
And his love of Italian porn.
Yeah, crazy, huh? Pretty impressive.
I love Italian food. We got that.
The things you do to pizza could be considered porn.
Mm-hmm.
She's not lying.
Very messy.
So we found out that 30% of the inspiration came from an Italian porn star. His name is Rocco, and he's got his own documentary on Netflix. Amanda and Chad from Vegas checked it out, and they said, did anybody watch that Rocco documentary after yesterday's show? My husband and I watched it, and I think V should consider changing Rocco's name. My gosh. The documentary was almost sad and hard to watch.
Oh, no.
That was the report from a lot of people, by the way.
Well, I don't think porn has a happy ending.
Doesn't usually. Well, it does have a happy ending. But
It does, but I think if you're there, I don't think it's all puppies and rainbows.
It's not.
I don't think it's a good time.
The guy clearly has mommy issues, and the part where he got caught by his mother jerking off was hard to listen to.
Really?
My husband and I couldn't stop cringing and ended up turning it off after a while. And we aren't prudes by any means, just to hear if anybody watched it. Also, Panda's a freaky little monkey for loving that guy so much.
they watched it, and by them watching it, it changed the energy of the room.
I'm not gonna watch it because I don't want to know. I got too much going on. Corona, 2020. The last thing I need is Rocco the porn star in my head.
That's why you just turned around and walked right back out, huh?
Yeah.
I usually don't like, and I don't mean to be crass, but when we're talking about fucking, I don't like tears involved. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of sadness with this porn special. I'm out. I'm good.
Not going to watch for your boy, huh?
No, I'm not going to watch that one.
Okay. An interesting email here, too, from Mireille says, listen to the podcast from August 25th, 2020, about Rocco's name and Panda possibly naming him after some Italian porn star. I remember years ago there was a discussion about this same thing that had nothing to do with the porn star. Back then, the conversation was that Jaybird and Panda had a bet, and Panda lost a long time ago. And the stakes were if Panda lost, he had to name his first kid after Rocky or something like that. I forget what Jason's punishment would be because he won and Panda lost. So he had to name his kid after Rocky or whatever. Virginia wasn't super keen on the name, so they agreed on Rocco. So my question is, what's the truth? Is Rocco named after a bet or a porn star? We all know after the Pink Lies trial that Virginia isn't the most credible. Also, I checked with my boyfriend. He says he remembers that discussion as well, so it's not just me.
I don't remember me and Panda having...
I don't either. And I didn't name Rocco, so go ask Panda. I know you want to make it like I'm the one that's twisting or whatever, but I'm not. I didn't name Rocco.
Well, just you have to understand, ever since the Pink Lie trial, people are going to have questions.
Fuck you and fuck her. Had nothing to do with Rocco's name.
She did say, LOL, love you, vicious V, don't rip me apart.
Oh, she just did.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
They're trying to get you. They're trying to get you.
I didn't name the kid. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I like the name, but I like it because it's a strong masculine
But it wasn't a bet
name.
that happened on the show here. You don't remember that.
I don't remember anything about that, but it could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's things I don't remember. People will
All the
they'll
time.
remind me of it. They go, you said this. You
Yes.
had this stance on rye bread.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, what did I say about rye bread?
That happens all the time, but I'm not in it.
And sometimes people get it wrong too. They'll say you said something and you're like, I never said that. And it's been proven you didn't say that. People hear things wrong too.
Sometimes there's fennel in rye bread. I don't think you would like that.
I hate rye bread.
Yeah.
Don't let me tell you the story of 1984. My mom made a stack. I will tell you, but rye bread was involved.
She tried to give you rye bread?
She did. I will tell you. She tried to give me rye bread and act like it wasn't rye bread, and I'm eating it. I was so pumped.
You know when it's rye bread.
She brought out a Flintstone sack of grilled cheese. There was six. She could barely keep them on the plate. There were so many. I was so pumped. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. What the fuck is this? It's fucking fennel, Mom. No, it's not fennel.
It's fennel.
I didn't drop it.
That's why I love rye bread. For the fennel, because I love fennel. If somebody gives you fennel, you instantly know.
Ugh.
It's not like you can keep it a secret.
It's a BI. It's a bully ingredient.
Yeah, but so many times we're saying you can't be a real Italian and not like fennel.
Damn. You know what? In the words of my friend Vicious V, fuck you.
You're a bitch-ass Italian.
I've been told that my entire life. This is not news to me. I'm a sucky Italian.
Lawrence at KVJ almost got me in trouble. Thought y'all would enjoy how you almost got me called to my son's headmaster's office. Now, my son attends a private school that just happens to also be a Christian school.
Uh-oh.
And I get about 20 minutes of alone time a day to listen to the podcast while driving to pick my son up from school. So naturally, I'm used to listening to the podcast via Bluetooth in my car. Well, about 10 minutes into the drive, I get a call that lasts until I'm parked in the car line. This day, I happen to be one of the first cars, which means right next to the faculty running the car line.
Uh-oh.
So I hang up the call, and all of a sudden, the podcast picks right back up where it left off, full volume, right when somebody says, pussy, pussy, pussy. I tried to turn it off in time, but there was no question it was heard. Thankfully, no kids were around.
Who said that?
But I now park and walk up to pick them up from school because I'll be damned if I'm not taking my time to listen to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Oh, my gosh. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny. I would laugh at that.
You have to laugh.
Well, I'm sure some parents stick up their ass. Oh, my gosh. Oh,
At Christian schools, yes.
You're right. I'm actually the asshole.
Interesting email from Jennifer about social media disconnect. She said, I heard you talking about that. People removing themselves from social media. Said, I am one of those people that have shed the social media weight. In mid-April, I had a severe bout with depression due to constant scrolling through social media because I was stuck at home and I was bored. I found myself playing the doomsday scenario and feeding into the fear and hate porn that social media produces. This habit also affected my 13-year-old son. He was constantly on Snapchat and TikTok, which used to be fun, but now it's all political garbage and racially infused hate. And he came to me wondering if life will get any better. He was questioning why he was alive and if there was any purpose. He is 13, and that was scary to hear. His mental stability and my own took a crash, not only from everyday life, but between the COVID events and the negative impact social media had on our lives. This year was very scary. Even he, at 13, knew it was time to shed social media. So we've both been social media free for 5 months and have seen a big change in our overall well-being. If you want to improve your mental health, start by getting rid of social media.
I 110% agree with that because I too was finding myself getting in depressed moods and in anxious moods, even just reading stuff about our own show and how we're handling certain things. And look, people say great things, but people also say some pretty fucking terrible things about us. And sometimes it can be hard to read, and it does bring you into a funk. And the witch is right. You can't always read the comments because there's some fucking really hurtful shit out there.
I know.
Man.
I just opened up YouTube. First thing I saw was 2 down thumbs.
I know. Oh yeah.
You're like, who starts right off with the 2 down thumbs?
If it's not how terrible
I haven't even said the first word yet.
if it's not how terrible you look or how bad you're aging, or
they're expecting your suck.
I know, right?
Well, then people wonder.
You haven't even said a word, and you got 2 down thumbs.
Well, then people wonder, hey, why? How come you guys aren't interactive in the chat room anymore? Motherfuckers, because you break people.
Uh-oh.
The truth. Social media in general.
Yeah, and
it's the truth.
And I will tell you, there's something fascinating. You know, I've heard the whole Russian bot thing for a while about how other countries, Russia, China, that they're just in there in social media trying to sow seeds of discord to get people fired up and get Americans fighting with one another. Sorry,
bronchitis.
Bitch ass lungs.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But this was really fascinating. This is not taking any kind of political stance on this. This is just showing you kind of a little bit of a snapshot of how it is done. And, for me, I think you guys know it. It's no secret about, how I feel with a lot of the social issues that happen. But I have so many cop friends, and so all this kind of stuff. And I'm big into sports. And my son, he's 12. He's a massive Lakers fan. And so I think NBA is his favorite. Even maybe over football. He spends a lot of time with that. And he just, so I'm trying to have a conversation because he was like, okay, so why? What's going on with, he's like, the games are canceled. And I've explained to him, what that is. And he has a lot of friends that are black because he plays, sports. But I don't think they get into those kind of conversations. I don't think that they necessarily know.
He's young, too.
He is.
He's a littler guy.
He is.
It'll start happening more and more as he gets a little bit older.
Yeah, but I know the fight's on both sides. Like I said, I'm not picking sides here with this because it is tough for me because I'm in the middle of all of it. But I'm just showing you what these bots are like, and this is just kind of interesting because somebody did screenshots of this, and the photos are guys, different races and everything. Probably they look like they're in their maybe mid-20s. And here are some of the ones. And it's the same message with different faces that are sowing discord. This is in Twitter chats and online. It says, that seals the deal. I am no longer a NBA fan. I've been a fan since 1972 and a season ticket holder since 1976. I officially will not be renewing my plan next season, nor will I watch on TV ever again. And they did screen grabs of 9 different, it's the same text, different faces, pretty much the same year or it's changed. And they're saying this is what the Russian bots look like and how they're doing this stuff. And I'm like, I'd never really seen that.
To make people think that there's more fighting
to
than there
get
actually
people going
is.
And saying, I'm canceling this, cancel the NBA, cancel, that's how they do it. And that gets people fired up and it starts the anger and the discussion. And they're just in there firing these things off that it's really a script. They grab a face, they change a little bit of the text, but I'm looking through this and 12, the same text, just pretty much the same thing 12 different times on this one thread. And they're like, this is what the Russian bots look like if you've never seen how they're doing this specifically.
And I'm not even sure if it's always Russian bots. I think just bots in general. You can kind of tell they'll use the same verbiage, almost kind of like when somebody gets kicked out of a chat room and then they come back with a fake account. They keep the same language, so you're like, dude, we know it's you.
It's the same tone.
Yeah, it's the same.
You're spewing and you're misspelling the same words.
Exactly.
And then
we know.
And it's a little off. And they said, first of all, look at this photo. This kid has not been a season ticket holder since 1972. Yeah, his dad wasn't even born in 1972.
Right.
And then they showed that it was the same message, but on the other side of it. And so the same ones, they're extreme right, extreme left, whatever it might be, the extremes of the issue, and they got the bots firing them off, and then they're just getting everybody riled up on both sides of it.
There's that one, I forget the name of the website, but they basically make lies up to fire people up, and then they present it out in social media like it is real, and they do a lot of detail to try to make it look as real, and just to cause, it's almost like they throw in a half a truth seed in there to really breed even that much more confusion, because you start researching something and go, oh, that's truthful. Oh, that's not truthful. Fucking confusion, man.
Yeah, and so I was reading a lot of that, and that's an interesting perspective to have, because you're like going, oh my gosh, the world is burning and everybody feels this way. We're sitting there reading bot chats that are going back and forth between all this, and after I saw this, I'm like, really, because when I talk to people and I get off of social media and I have conversations with friends that are cops, friends that are black, friends that are through all of this, it really comes down to the same thing, that 80% of us on this earth, we all want the same things and we're cool and we truly, I'm sure we all have things to work on, but we're not the racist to the point where we, really do look. But there is 20% probably that truly is hateful and bad, and there are issues. But we're shining a light on that. And what happens to the 80% of us? We think that it's flipped, that 80% of the world is that way, and that we're 20% that's actually good. And it's not that way. Most of the world is great and it's good, but social media doesn't give you that accurate perspective.
I'm glad to hear
we all
you
want the same
say that,
things.
because that's what I personally believe too. I feel like there's just an agenda to whether it's race or whether it's gender.
They just want fighting.
They just want fighting because
too.
fighting is
Yeah.
the word
chaos. Is some people just want to see bad things.
Well, keep in mind too.
That's what this bot stuff is all about, and they put you in a dark place. And so that email is very important to realize that you are seeing manipulated conversations that do not reflect the real world. Because I'm like, why does the real world seem so much different than social media? And seeing how just the shown to me, this is bot talk. I was like, wow. So all those, a lot of those
Not
comments,
all of it. Not all of it,
but it gets the people going.
It does. You're absolutely right. It starts to spread the fire, and and to me, it creates more damage, and it creates clones of those robots in real life because people think that's what's going on.
Yeah, so
no matter what the fight is,
through all of this, there's sensibility in the middle of this, and the 80% of us that all want the same. We want the same thing for everybody. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. That's just really it. 80% of us truly, even if you're not religious, you still are like, yeah, I get that concept. I understand. Everybody wants the same things, and everybody deserves the same things. That's really what life should be all about. And 80% of us really buy into that. And so for the 80% of us, realize that you're in the mass majority.
Now, to that email's point, stripping down the social media, it's a good thing. For some people, they're not on it a lot. I know for us, we have to be on it a lot for work.
But if we didn't have this job, I would be on it so much less.
Oh my God, I would barely be on it.
There are things that I love about it, but that's basically just keeping up with family and seeing pictures of relatives that I'm not close to geographically. That's really the bulk of what I enjoy about social media, and I do like TikTok dances. Those make me happy.
Well, I put on Twitter the other day, I go, social media makes me lose faith in humanity sometimes. I mean, when I back off of it, like to Kevin's point, Twitter's not real.
Twitter's not real, and you also can't let Twitter control you and own you. And I think some people do, and you have to look at it like entertainment and look at it for what it is. It's not real.
Yeah, you do need to at least step back and get perspective. And that's what life is really all about. It's about perspective. So that helped me garner more perspective on the situation and feel a little bit better about it because, last night it was very disheartening. And the whole situation saddens me to see what is going on with it. And so I felt a little bit better. And I think that that's just truly what it is.
Yeah.
We got work to do, but it's not as bad as what the bots make it look like on social.
Do you hear that? Welcome to the show, Positive K.
Positive
Always
K.
here, baby.
I know.
He's trying.
I know. I actually like when Positive K takes a break and Dickie Rants comes in.
A couple of our TV suggestions. Nick said that I'd like to offer up The Boys on Amazon. I hate superhero stuff. I'd never seen a Marvel movie, but I love this show. Are superheroes really heroes? It's not for kids. Lots of cussing, gore, and nudity. But I think Kevin and Jaybird would like it. Side note, it has Elizabeth Shue, and she looks great. Always been a fan.
I love Elizabeth Shue.
It's nice. Amanda says, not sure if this has been mentioned already, but you need to check out Yellowstone. It's one of the best shows out there right now and written by the same guy who wrote Sons of Anarchy. It has similar storylines with a country western feel. You can get the first 2 seasons free through the Peacock app on Xfinity, so definitely check it out. Amanda. Okay.
Amanda. Amanda. I like that name. No, I'm sticking out loud again.
This is a makeup or breakup question here. We didn't get in this morning on the regular show. It says, my husband and I have been together for 9.5 years, married for 6. In April of 2019, we agreed that I would take over all the household expenses to give him the opportunity to place all of his income towards paying off his student loans. The signed and verbal agreement was that we would not purchase anything unnecessary without talking to each other about it first, since our budget became super tight. Well, since the agreement last April, he decided that he would be living his best life, so to speak.
What?
And has on several occasions purchased what I call gifts for himself. Kiteboarding, rollerblades, clothes, massages, the list goes on. I made it clear on those occasions that it feels very disrespectful, hurtful, but most of all selfish, because there have been things that I have had to give up and compromise on for the past 16 months for the sake of him paying off his loans ASAP. I've been working extra hours in the meantime, and when he was furloughed to part-time for 2 months, he said it wouldn't be worthwhile to find a second job. So now the student loans payoff has been delayed a few months. When I call him out on these purchases, he always sticks his tail between his legs, apologizes, and says he won't do it again. But it happens again and again. He recently did it for the 5th time, I think. I don't know if this is the right person for me anymore since it shows his true selfish colors. Now, I do care for him deeply as a person, but I'm tired of feeling like I'm being taken advantage of. What should I do? My thought on this is you do care about him. Just cut him off. Put him in a tough financial situation. I mean, you're combining things to try to help him out, and he's helping himself, and you're feeling disrespected with it.
Yeah,
And-
you shouldn't be paying all the household bills.
Yeah.
If this is how he rewards you by you taking on the burden of all the household bills, you need to say that deal is now officially over.
Yeah, the deal is over. I mean, rip the deal up because clearly he's violated it 5
Yeah.
times. So the deal is over, and, any free money you have is going to the necessities. You're not going to have kiteboarding money,
Rollerblading.
to do that.
Put some hungry rats in his bed.
Kevin's got some you can use.
I do.
What you got
fact,
over
please
there?
take 'em.
You got rats and termites? That sucks.
you have
Termites are gone.
You have rats right now?
We've had rats for a little while, yeah. I think we're going to
feel
have
you.
Hewlett back out.
Good for you, man.
it was-
You need to have Hewlett back out every week.
So I live in the same unit, just the next little lot over. And my first unit, when I had the rat problem, the closet when you walk in there had such a big opening all the way up to the ceiling, all the way through the wall.
Rat tunnel.
It was a rat tunnel. Not only was it a rat tunnel, it could have been a fucking bumblebee tunnel. It could have been any kind of whatever wanted to get in there. I looked in my place I'm at now. It's all blocked off. And
That's how you do it.
that's how...
You block it off so that you can't get critters.
Well, I was living in the first place. I was living in a place that shouldn't have been sanctioned, to be quite honest with you.
You were living in a critter motel.
I was living in a critter motel.
Yeah.
And if you have any kind of opening at your house or your apartment in South Florida, you're going to have critters in your place.
They get right in.
They're going
Yeah.
to find
Looking
it.
for shelter.
And,
I know I would.
And Hot Pockets, and I got plenty.
Oh, critters love Kevin's house.
They like mine more, though.
Do they?
Hot Pot. We have better snacks.
Yeah, they usually have. Yeah, we're doing pretty well right now. I haven't really seen as many, but yeah, I think we got Hewlett coming out for that. Termites gone. Good on that.
I told Denny's that whole rat debacle that I was in, it changed my life. I never take a corner without thinking twice. If I'm on foot and I'm walking in the corner, here at
Rats will
work,
change you.
I just go real slow, just in case that son of a bitch is looking at me again, right around the corner.
Damn, that rat changed you.
It did.
For life.
It did. It changed me. Rats. Him and his fucking buddies.
Yeah, so that would be my thought on your makeup or breakup. And Don had said, because we'd start off with the scenario earlier today on makeup or breakup about my boyfriend's in his mid-20s, and he cries every time there's a thunderstorm.
That's weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that was a South Florida person, too. And they're like, what do I do? He probably had a traumatic thing. Don sent a pretty traumatic story about, a kid seeing somebody struck by lightning when they were younger.
Oh, man.
And, something like that happened. Maybe that stuck with them. That could be there, but
You got to get therapy and you
Yeah.
got to work through that. You can't be a grown ass man who cries in South Florida when it rains.
Well, I think we can fix this.
We need to.
If you're not doing everything in your power to make the adjustment, you got to start looking within.
There's a deep therapist out there that can help you. You just have to go look.
He's going to talk or she's going to talk about you when you leave. Because that's what therapists do.
This bitch ass client.
I know therapists talk about their patients. They act, oh no, I can't do it. You guys talk about your patients.
Therapists talk, nurses talk, doctors talk. They're human, babe.
If you're in the medical community and a guy rolls in, he's got a big old belly and just a little nub pencil dick, and it's all gross. Someone's saying something to somebody. They are.
You're right.
And I wish it wasn't like that.
so you don't want a big belly and a pencil dick.
Just
Try to avoid
know,
that.
if you do, you are going to be a hot topic.
Yeah.
You can avoid the big belly. I don't know if some people can avoid the pencil dick.
But it looks worse when you got the big belly.
You're absolutely right. I've heard someone in the medical. That's why I'm bringing it up, because someone in the medical facility was talking about how they all talk about when guys have big old bellies and small little dicks that they laugh about.
Don't you wish it could be the opposite? Pencil tummy and a big old dick? Yeah. Oh, if only you could flip it.
Pencil tummy.
Your pencil tummy's like rock hard and tiny, and you got this just sausage link.
I'm not saying that all medical people talk about, but we always talk percentages. 30% are talking shit when you leave.
Interesting revelation on the regular show today. Find out about these Saul Palmetto berries that they use in a lot of prostate medicine. It's good for the pharmacy, and you can make a ton of money on it.
Google it if you don't know what it is, because you'll be very surprised to know that you've seen them before. You've seen them on like palm trees and palmetto trees and like bushes. I know I've seen them at my house a lot.
Billie Jean said, yeah, I've picked them. It's extremely hard, and you get all cut up from the thorns. It's illegal now without a permit. And Nikki sent an email, said, yeah, I sell them in Indiantown. Last year, we dropped 2 garbage cans off and drove into an illegal sting operation. We had to go through hoops to get our berry permit. Heard they are a lot of money, something a pound right now, which means they're hard to find.
Huh.
So that's, I guess, a lot of people they're making that. Talk about the side hustles.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a berry picking permit.
Yeah. And go out to do that, and you're up for the, I mean, can you imagine it? It's hot, nasty. You're probably also dealing with critters you don't want to run into.
I know, but the one guy said he got $800 for one day's work.
Yeah.
And 800 scabs after.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure
you
you get
wear
tore
work
up
gloves.
and all that. Yeah.
I mean, $800 a day. Give me the work gloves. Let's go do this.
Yeah.
You would be so annoyed within 30 minutes.
I'd pick my ass off.
Oh. Prissy Elliott over here. No way. You'd be like, fucking berries.
Yeah.
I would put on a hat and I would pick 800 a day.
I do like that kind of life sounds peaceful. If you're going to go all in and you're going to be the natural nature way, hey, I'm going to go pick berries and live on a farm. I do think that's peaceful, but I think you have to have people around you. You can't do that alone. I think that'll get depressing.
I mean, if you've got land, just plant a bunch of these palmetto bushes and then get the crop. That sounds like a very affordable thing to invest in.
I'm planting aloe plants. I'm gonna have a fucking aloe garden, and then I'm gonna have some sunflowers too, with my fake made up farm.
You can do it as soon as you get a house. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, I think I'm putting daisies in. I like
Daisies.
Daisies.
Not daisies. I meant sunflower. Not daisies. I meant sunflower.
Not as fun.
You're right.
Yeah, Megan in the chat room said maybe that this is what the dude from the Bengals' father was doing the whole time. Yeah, that was the speculation that because he showed up this morning at 7:15 a.m. and he was in that park, and somebody thought that maybe that wasn't a place you could be picking berries, and he disappeared for a little while because of that. But the good news, they found the dad, and then we just got to sort out, did that Bengals player assault the guy his dad was picking berries with or not? What's going on there? There's a lot of stories that are going on, Big. There's a little bit more to the story. What happened?
2020, bruh. There's a little bit more to every story.
Is there, or are we making everything out?
No.
Because I can hear the whole 2020, bro, being overdone about it. Like you spill ketchup. 2020, bro. No, I spill ketchup every year.
Got a text that those palm thingies are all up and down 95 in the turnpike. I work at FHP, and we nail people picking them all the time. Dang, so people are just pulling right off the highway and picking them.
So you can't just pull over and start picking?
No. Apparently, you gotta have a palmetto berry picking permit.
What if I grow palmetto bushes on my own property? I can sure as shit pick my own berries. You ain't gonna tell me.
Do it then. You won't do it. You ain't got the balls to grow your own berry plant.
I'll do it right now. I think I already have this.
Marky Mark in the chat room said, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services has adopted a new rule for harvesting and selling Saul palmetto berries. In all instances, a permit application must be submitted.
Sounds made up. I'm just kidding.
He just wants to fight.
I'm being a dick.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, if people are making that kind of money.
If it's on your property, you can pick your berries.
Do you remember what people were saying what they were getting for their iguana count? Because you talk about how these bears on the side of the road by 95. I was stunned by how many iguanas were trying to get on North Lake Boulevard the other day.
Was it 25 a head on iguanas? Or is that too much? That seems too much.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. You have to capture it and rustle up a iguana. 25 sounds... Shit, give me 50 iguana.
You know, I need to put that together, because there's a list. There's a python list, and I think that's by the foot, right? How much you make?
Yep, pythons.
On a python, what's the going rates for the pythons, the iguanas?
And the palmetto berries.
Yeah, like we want to go out tomorrow. If we're just like, okay, radio's over.
We need a side hustle.
Yeah.
If radio is over, we're going to come iguana hunters. Iguana.
I think radio's over now, man.
Yeah.
I think you're
It just
right.
ended for you.
Yeah.
Damn. Very, very hurtful.
Got this fun little meme here. The dangers of marijuana.
Oh, boy.
Don't tell Denny's. He's having a good day. He's down 10 pounds from his juice cleanse.
Denny's don't believe his propaganda bullshit.
If you're watching KVJ TV, it is a meme, and it says, 1 out of 5 stars. Beds should look like beds. I ordered this when I was high because I thought it was a giant ice cream sandwich. It's not. It's a bed and not the $150 ice cream sandwich I wanted.
That looks like an ice cream sandwich. Holy shit.
It's a mattress. And somebody got high.
That is funny.
Apparently spent, it's an air mattress. They bought that for $150. They get a giant ice cream sandwich and just show up at their door.
You're making me want one of those Publix ice cream sandwiches. That's what they look like.
Oh, ice cream sandwiches are legit amazing.
The ones from Publix are really, really good.
Those ones I had the other day that we had back in our DJ freezer.
You talking about the fake cream?
Yeah, it's called So Good. It's got no lactose in it. So people like me who tend to make a little poot and a toot if they eat too much ice cream can enjoy these So Good ice cream sandwiches.
I hate the last 30 seconds. First of all, I always talk about awesome. I'm talking about ice cream. She comes in with some fake ass ice cream, and then she tries to make it cute by saying toot and poot.
No,
and it
it's
wasn't.
not. No, I just
not. Quite nauseating.
Sorry. Look, some people going through it over here.
2020, bro.
2020, bro.
No, you've always had a fart problem.
can't blame you here on that.
No.
Okay, well, there we go. We got one day of this left. Little Friday, gonna kick it off tomorrow. Thank y'all for being here today. We'll talk to you then. Goodbye.
Clinic Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems